Alright guys, it's Khaleef from Fat Guy Skinny Wallet, and I'm sitting here in my wife's truck because my car is overheating again for like the 5th time. Anyway, I wanted to talk about my goals for 2013 because I realized I haven't done that yet. And there's a link below and possibly on the screen, I'm not even sure, but there's definitely going to be a link below to the article that I wrote about this, and it goes into much more detail on how I plan to track my goals and why I have these specific goals. I'm just going to give you a quick overview now, but please check out the article because I spent a lot of time writing that. So yeah, I hope you guys just take a look at it. Anyway, first goal is to increase my stamina. Now, there are two main ways that I'm planning on going about this, or at least tracking it. With my intervals, that's one thing that I want to do. And yes, I'm looking down at my notes. But with my intervals, I want to try to increase the amount that I do. When I first started doing my interval training, now normal interval training, well, there's two ways to do it. So I'll just say that. The first way is really to say every 30 seconds, every minute and a half, whatever time you give, I'm going to switch to another exercise. I'm going to do lunges or burpees or mountain climbers until the timer goes off. As soon as the timer goes off, I'm going to jump into push-ups. As soon as the timer goes off, I'm stopping my push-ups and I'm going to get up and do, jumping squats. And as soon as the timer goes off again, I'm going to do another exercise. And then, and you keep repeating that over and over. And then you maybe take a 30-second rest between rounds, and then you do maybe 5 rounds of that, something like that. So anyway, that's one way. So I can just keep increasing the time. I got a minute now. 2 weeks from now, it's going to be a minute 10. There's going to be a minute 15. Another week, it's going to be a minute 20, and just keep bumping up the time like that. And that definitely work on me increasing my stamina. The next way is, rather than looking at time, I look at the number, and that's how I first started. I would say, at the beginning, I was doing 40 lunges, 10 medicine ball slams, 10 push-ups, 10 squats. I was doing that, and then it just bumped up. So now let's say if I go do 100 lunges, and then and time myself doing all these things, and then try to, within the same amount of time, beat that. So the next workout, I'm going to do 110 lunges, then I'm going to do 40 swings, and I'm going to do 30 push-ups, and then I'm going to do 50 squats, and then the next time I'm going to do 60 squats and 40 push-ups, and I'm going to throw in mountain climbers in between where I didn't do them before, and all that to increase my stamina. So those are the two ways I look at increasing my stamina and to track it. So I'm going to actually incorporate both. It really depends on the exercises that I'm doing to see which ones. Because some of them are boring. Some of them I'll just maybe add more things to it. Increase my strength. This is something else I want to do. And you guys know that I'm doing weight training right now. I just kind of started with that within the last month because I think my shoulders finally started to heal. Even though my left shoulder now is causing me pain. So I have to be careful on how I lift. So with that, I'm only using the adjustable dumbbells right now. So I'm going to be limited in strength and the type of motions that I can do. So I know I have to get more equipment. I know I have to get a straight bar. I know I have to get, really, I need a power rack. That's what I need. I need a power rack so I can do my squats and I can do my bench presses. But I'm in an apartment right now and don't think I can get a power rack because all the ones that I see, you have to bolt into the floor. I haven't seen just a one that stands on its own. So, if you guys know of any, if you guys want to send me one, then send me a message and we could talk. The one thing that I do want to accomplish, depends on when I do all this, but, and this really comes from my man Herbie, who set this as one of his goals, is to take the big 3 lifts and to be able to combine through 1,000 pounds. Now that's more of a long-term goal. I don't think I'll be able to do that in 2013. Right now I'm only using dumbbells, so you're not going to get that. So that's bench press, deadlift, and squats. So to be able to combine my weight into those and be able to do 1,000 pounds with them. So we'll see how long it takes me to get there. But so yeah, increase the strength. That's what I just plan on doing more of my weight training, and I don't have a specific goal yet because I need to get more into a program and see what equipment I can get. don't have the money to buy this equipment, so we'll see what happens. Increase my running speed. Yeah. I know I still don't like running, but you notice I didn't say hate, right? So I'm at the don't like stage. I still don't like running. I still don't think I'm ever going to get into it, but I'm trying. I really am trying. I talked to a friend of mine who is a runner and just basically said, give me your reasons for running. Why do you like running so much? And what are the things that you do? Just so I could try to grab onto something and say, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to have that perspective. And so there's some things that I have to think about. Then maybe when I go out and run, I'll try to incorporate some of the things that she expressed and really see if I can like it. I don't see that happening, but I want to give it a fair shot. So anyway, my actual goals are to be able to run a mile in less than 10 minutes. I know that's nothing for most people, but I'm a very slow runner, so that's a big deal for me. Be able to run a 5K in less than 33 minutes. It'll be amazing if I can get it down to 30 minutes, but I don't see that happening. And to be able to do a 10K in under 1:15, again, 1:05, hour 5 minutes would be a great goal, but I don't see that happening either. So, I don't know how to really get faster except to build up my stamina so that I can sustain the faster speed longer. You know, that's really what it is. It's not that my legs won't move faster. My legs will move faster. I actually do some sprinting. But I can't maintain a sprint for a mile. I can't, so how do I go faster when I'm not sprinting? That's kind of the thing I'm looking at. Okay, so I want to drop my body fat percentage. I don't know where it is right now, but I plan on buying a caliper and doing the measurements within the next few days and being able to see what my body fat percentage is. And I want to get it like under 20%. I don't know if I'll be able to do that this year or not. We have to see where it is. And I have to see what a comfortable normal drop is. I may be at 40% and, it's the average drop is like 10% a year or something like that. So I don't want to set a crazy goal because that's something all I could do is work hard and we'll see how fast the fat comes off and replace it with muscle. Take consistent measurements and pictures. I want to take pictures often. I'm actually going to look up, maybe I'll check out Jason Barnett's channel and look at some of the flexes that I'm not saying I'm going to be a bodybuilder, but I want to learn how to at least look in pictures so I can tell if there's been changes in my muscle. If I'm just standing there looking stupid, it's harder to tell where the changes are. So I just want to take more pictures of myself so I can be able to track my progress. And I want to be able to, take measurements for the same reason. So I can look and see the changes going on in my body. I want to be able to notice subtle changes. So I think that's the best way to do that. And that's my ultimate goal, is to change my body. Okay, continue to eliminate all processed foods. We don't eat much processed foods now. There's not much in the house that comes out of a box or a bag. We make pretty much everything or buy it as a whole food already. We eat a lot more raw things than we were as far as vegetables. Our juicer broke, so we can't juice anymore. So that's really, really, really disappointing for us. We had this juicer for a little over 6 years, and it served us well, but we just wore out the motor. It doesn't even turn on anymore. We just started buying from a local farm. We just put our first order in, so I think next week the stuff is coming in. But I told you guys, or at least if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that we've been eating eggs from the farm. And we bought raw cheddar from the farm. And the good thing about that is the raw cheddar is a lot stronger, so I can't eat as much as the store-bought cheddar. So that's really good. But yeah, we want to do that. We want to start buying meats and even some produce directly from farms. So we'll see how all that goes. Track what I eat. Last year I started off really strong, and then I fell off. The software got real annoying. It had a lot of glitches and bugs in it, but we purchased the software. So I was adamant about using it because we spent money on it. But there's all these free apps out there now, and my friend Julie suggested using the Lose It app because she'd been using it. So I started using that, and you could take pictures of the barcodes, and they'll automatically upload the nutritional data. So that's really good. So I want to track what I eat, and one of the things I was saying, I don't know where I said this at, what form or anything, but that when there's only healthy foods in the house, it's a lot easier to make sure you eat healthy. I mean, if I have some type of craving, I have to try to make a healthy version of it. Like if I want ice cream, I have to make my own ice cream, and I usually do that with a frozen banana and then add stuff to it, and just blend that up. But I have to either get creative with combining healthy foods to satisfy my craving, or I didn't overeat on the healthy foods. So tracking my food will help me to avoid doing that. I can't be a glutton just because the food isn't processed. That doesn't automatically mean that I'm doing well for my body by doing that. So that's it. Those are all my goals. And you may have noticed that weight was not included in there. And I've said this over and over. I've said this at the beginning of my journey, and I constantly say it in my videos. I don't care what my weight is. All I care about is being healthy. And I know that if I get healthy, if I do all these things that's on that list, I don't care what the scale. I don't care what the scale says if I'm not eating any processed foods, and I'm tracking what I'm eating, so I know I'm putting good things in my body and in good proportions. I don't care what the scale says. If I can become a faster runner and a stronger person and see my body transform physically, and I can feel healthier and feel more energetic, why do I care about a number on the scale? My last weigh-in, I was 230.4. If at the end of next year, my body looks completely different and I'm at my goal with all these things here, and I'm stronger and faster, I have a lot more stamina, I don't care if it says I'm 220 and I lost 10 pounds in 12 months. But if I'm at my goal with all these things, I know that I'll be extremely healthy, and I'll be healthier than a majority of the population in this country. And I know that I'm already healthier than I've ever been in my life right now. So I don't care about what the scale says. So I have no weight goal at all. It would be nice to say, oh, I lost 100 pounds, which means I'd have to say I did it on my journey, I'd have to drop to 187 pounds. To say I did it all the time, I had to be 192. So, we'll see. Maybe I could. I think the Hodge twins are like in the single digits, like between 205 and 210. So if you know the Hodge twins, they're ridiculously muscular, and I think they're like between 5.5% and 6% body fat, which will not be me by the end of this year. But I think they're both like 6'2", 6'3". So I'm 5'6". There's a huge difference. Elliot Hulse, which is the body that I want to have, is 5'9", and I think he's like around 205 right now, between 200 and 210. So I can see myself being 190 or actually I can see myself being over 200 pounds if I'm 20% body fat, but have the body structure that I want. Now, ultimately, I want to drop down further, but I'm not going to do that in a year. My ultimate goal is to be at around 10%, but that's, long term. That would be more than a year, I believe. So, we'll see. But anyway, this video is getting long. I'm at 13 minutes already. I knew it was going to be long because I'm talking about my goals for the entire year. So, if you stayed this far, thank you. And leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about my goals. And share with me what your goals are. So, if you ever posted a video about what your goals are, make that a response to this video. And then leave a comment, let me know you did it, because I have to actually go and approve them. I don't just automatically let responses go. So leave a comment, let me know that you left a video response, and I'll make sure I go approve it. And if you have not done a video for your goals, do one and leave a response. But if you haven't, if you don't make videos, then just tell me in the comments what your goals are. Alright? So, see you guys throughout the year, and I hope you hold me accountable to all these things, and that you're constantly checking on me. One thing I have to just say real quick is that I am going to do weigh-ins periodically, but they're not going to be every week. Because I do want the channel to focus on being healthy. And I can't keep saying I don't care what the scale says, and then come on here every 7 days telling you what the scale says, and then 7 minutes of reflecting on what the scale says. So, I think that it wouldn't be consistent with the purpose and goals of this channel and my journey if I constantly talk about my weight every week. So you'll see a lot more videos of me in action than just pictures of what the scale says. Alright guys, so that's it. And remember, it doesn't get easier, you just get stronger. Talk to you soon.